Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, for this evening for you, I had the final reveal for Rob of Basic Modeling's Recon group build. This is the final reveal for the completion of my first entry for his group build that has going on. And I've already posted some pictures already to his email address so he can post them on his channels for viewing of the contenders of people who joined up in his Recon group build. So far, there's some beautiful airplanes on there. I guess anything that has a camera on it is eligible. So I got a couple coming your way. So I'll be starting on my not starting on. I'll be finishing up on two on my Emily flying boat. That also was used for reconnaissance. Also, as a matter of fact, some things actually weren't used for Dumbo operations. The Emily's were more or less used as for reconnaissance and also for shipping to destroy merchant shipping because they had a good long range, like all good flying boats do. Okay, the topic is the final reveal for the Hawker Siddeley MR1 Nimrod maritime patrol bomber. This is a vacuum form kit, and there's no shake in this kit at all. It's all vacuum form, and you got to make formers put inside the fuselage, spars inside the wings. Incidentally, for your new viewers out there who will review this final reveal, I made already I think about two live action videos at my old house I used to live at in constructing this kit. This is a Formaplane, and it's 1/72 scale, and it's very simple to put together. It's a good kit, but you got to have experience building vacuum forms because they're not as easy as you think they are. Like I say, you got to cut them out of the sheets, the carrier sheets. So you lay them flat on a piece of, like your workbench, for example, or workbench, sandpaper, and just keep on rubbing back and forth and keep checking your work. You see a little sliver of that plastic goes away, means it's coming off right to the separation line from the mold to the model itself. These assemblies very well easy. Difficult is in the cockpit area. Like all vacuum form kits, they give you an option like most vacuum form kits do, except this one here. This will have a molded in cockpit along with a fuselage. But there are a lot of vacuum form companies out there that make a fuselage with the canopy molded right in. And if for an option, they give you a clear piece of acetate molding of the cockpit. You just cut off the plastic molded one that was produced on the kit, throw it away, and use that one in place. But when you adhere, always put, when you join the fuselage together, always put a butt strip right on the outside. That way, when you lay your canopy on there, it's sealed on there. It won't give. It's sealed in there. Use 5, 15 minute, 30-minute epoxy on there, and it'll be strong. And give a can of brass on, buff out any scratches, and mask off your cockpit. An airbrush. Okay, enough chatter. We're going to take a look at this bird. I'm going to hang this up right next to my Airfix Falcon I have hung up there, which I put up there the other day. Here she is. This is the completion of Rod's Recon group build. This airplane, more or less, I think, came from the de Havilland Comet. And there's some varieties of this aircraft itself. It looks like the Comet. Gave this thing about 5 coats of varnish. Let it dry for about 3 or 4 days. I rubbed it out with the cheesecloth. Then I went ahead and gave it a pen wash using us modeler's favorite choice. Instead of using washes, this Tania panel line accent. It's that's pretty good stuff. But with a caution, it's not easier on your washes. This whole airplane was airbrushed with enamels. I mean, with acrylics, all acrylics, and also the outer surface was the gloss was lacquer, and so when you apply your panel wash, always you make sure you use a cotton bud immersed with mineral spirits. Then clean up until you get the beautiful panel line. When you're done, airbrush right over the whole aircraft again to seal in the accent and make it look shiny like this one is. This ain't nothing to write home about compared to the Airfix one that was produced on 1/72nd scale, which I really like to get one of these days. I don't think they make it no more. If they do, it's probably sold in better hobby shops outside the United States of America. On your canopy up here, this kit here will give you an option. Most vacuum form kits like Airplanes, Contrail, Sitcliffe, Execuform, Air Model, it comes with the whole cockpit. Even the windows, you can see the windows on the moldings of the fuselage. It's already been molded in, and you can just go ahead and paint them in, or add decal paper. Or there's another option they give you. There's a plastic piece fits over here. In this case, there was no option. It was a plastic piece put over there. Right here on the trailing edge of the cockpit itself, from here forward is all clear acetate. I masked it off. But out here in the fuselage here, you put a butt strip, like I say, right inside the fuselage. That way, we slip this over there, it'll fit nice and flush on top of that butt strip. They ain't gonna go nowhere, because if you don't, if you go nice and flush up against it, remember, it has give. It has give with some chance, of course. When you finish this model, you go like this, you handle it so wrong, you can crack it right there, because it's got nowhere to go but springs back to its normal state, how it was molded. So it's always good to put the butt strip right across here, and then your transparency. Then you go ahead with your 5-minute epoxy, and you sand and prime. Be sure to mask off your windows here first, then prime. You look at it looks pretty good. You go ahead and add your maskings. Any scratches on there, get a can of Brasso and a Q-tip, and just go ahead and do this. Those scratches go away. Just have a clean rag, soft rag, and buff it out. When it's all done, then go ahead and match it like I did here. I went ahead and masked all my windows right across here. And primed, airbrushed, and it comes out good. Right here, the red area is the Simulate dust covers that goes inside the engine nacelles with the intakes here. I was going to put some back there too, because I remember these, I think they have them on the back too. So, no big deal. It's going to be hung up right over there next to my Vulcan over here. So it's going to be up there. So I'm going to hang it high in here. And I may someday go ahead and make my dust covers put behind here. It's a beautiful airplane. Goes together very well. They don't make this model no more. No mas. They don't make it no more. This thing went out with a dodo back in the 1970s. I bought 2 of these. The first one I got, it was all aluminum. And it had some other markings on it. Whatever happened to it, I don't know. And they got lost during my moves. Or it could be one of my boxes in storage. I haven't opened up that 15, 20, 30 years. Might be in there. Because I'm dying to go back in that storage to go through those boxes. It'd be like me just going through Pandora's box, you know, just going through a treasure trove of my life, you know. That I built many, many years ago, a long time ago, a lot before a lot of young fellows were even born. Gun and carriage ain't nothing to ride home without either. I got from the kit. The tires were from the kit. The Yolios were from the kit. I didn't put no retracting links on there. Give it any retracting on there. I just built right out of the kit. It sits very well. I put some weight. I remember I said, oh man, I hope I put weight in this thing. I was very well pleased. When I set this thing down on the ground, it set down on all 3 of its landing gear. Nice flush. And it felt pretty nose heavy. So good. I went ahead and put some weight in it. I went back and checked the video. Another more live action. I put weight in it. I remember. So this is a vacuum form kit. Real nice vacuum form kit. This old station like me. I think I paid $12 for this thing. It's Formaplane. That's from England. It's made in England. Yeah, we'll probably think it was proud. They don't say the land anywhere. But take it to me, fellas, it's from England. And at the time, to my knowledgeability, like I said, the Nimrods, the Formaplane, the company made this. They were the only company in the world that made this at the time. There's no other injection molded models of it. At that time, there wasn't nothing but vacuum form kit. I've never heard of the MR1 Nimrod. There was a hobby shop out there right off of Port Hueneme, California, right on Channel Islands Boulevard. This place was called the Mad Modeler. He dealt with a lot of vacuum form kits. And I went in that shop a couple times in there. And he has a lot of vacuum form. I bought some vacuum forms from him. And but he, to my surprise, you can order all you want to. You get mostly from Crawley, Texas. Squadron. Yeah, Squadron. They only made publications, but a lot of them were vacuum form kits they had. They were a mail order house. They were the world's second mail order house. Where I got my beautiful Nimrod. I got her from Archer's Hobby World. Robert Archer. Archer's Hobby World. They still don't exist anymore. They went out of business by the late 1980s. Because Bob Archer's wife was feeling ill. A lot of health problems in the family, and he couldn't be able to keep the place in operation longer, so I guess he closed his doors. But he was more or less, he dealt with vacuum form kits. And there were no resin kits back in those days, vacuum formed. And also a lot of kits that were internationally, we didn't have with America at the time. A lot of them, they had, I don't know, a lot of English kits they had. That they had, they're injection model airplanes and stuff, but they had everything there. They always give you a monthly flyer, and you call them up, send them a check, money order. There wasn't no credit system back in those days. Yes, there was. I think it was called Master Charge. That was the only credit card company there was. We accept CODs. I can remember on the catalog it says we accept COD, cash, check, money order, or payment by credit card. Master Charge. That was the only credit card that was available at the time. And back in those days, people never ever used credit cards because they had cash in their pocket. So nowadays, credit card supersedes money, cash. And that's why it causes massive inflation because of supply and demand, and there's always shortcuts and everything. And eventually, it can cause bankruptcy for your country if you're not careful. So you got to be careful with spending. Like I say, spend wisely. Okay, got a shout out right now for Mr. David Estrada, a fellow modeler. And he sent me things before. Helicopters, airplanes, a lot of good stuff. I still got them. Matter of fact, he sent me a load about 5-6 months ago. He sent me some choppers and a machete something. It was an Italian tri-motor airplane bomber. 172nd scale. Beautiful kid. Beautiful. Well, he sent me this today. Mail call. This is a sister ship to the Borodino. During the Battle of Tsushima, they used this. This is a Russian battleship, Dreadnought. This is the same kit as the Borodino. And I can remember when I built the Borodino is a beautiful kit. It went together very nice. The detail of this thing is very exquisite. Very exquisite. It's superb all the way. I mean, Zelda, they got some beautiful kits. And their attention to detail is very, very, very admirable. And I can remember I got one in storage, the Borodino, like I said. The model itself was probably about, I don't know, about 14 inches long. Not so fat, but it's a lot of detail in it, 1/350 scale. I opened it up and looked at it. I said, "Oh yes, just like the Borodino." And so I'm going to build this. This is nice. I like Russian battleships. A lot of history behind them. They've been at sea longer than we have. David, thank you very much, dear sir. I appreciate it very much. And thank you, David. God bless you. Okay. I got another video coming up after this. So this is going to be a gift from Freddie. I think the last video did on the Skymaster, that SP2C Helldiver that he sent me. I've been working on that for a while, so I got that very well together almost. So stay posted. I got that coming for you next. Okay, guys, this is the completion of the final reveal for the Hawkish Headley MR1 Nimrod. And this is a conclusion, amongst my first conclusion of my first entry for Mr. Rob of Basic Modeling Recon Group Build. So be sure to go to the basic Rob's Basic Modeling page. He has some beautiful videos out there. I'll tell you, the man's wonderful at paintbrush, and he's been here for a long time with us. And his work is wonderful. He's so masterful with his paintbrush. He does a wonderful job. He has a good channel, so be sure to go there and check Rob out. He's a very nice man, very good gentleman. And so, like I said in the beginning of the video, I went and posted some pictures on his email address and everything, and so he probably have posted on the next update of his group build. So I got about 2 more entries. I got one entry. I got another entry. That's the Emily flying boat. So I got that coming. So that's going to be in my second entry for Rob. And I'm going to shoot some construction pictures to him. So also he can post on his, his, his YouTube channel. And I've got a vacuum form 1/32 scale Lockheed Hudson bomber. I think it's called, the vacuum form company is man, what is it? ID? Yeah. ID vacuum forms. And so I got that down here right to my legs. I'll probably be having a video of that coming up probably shortly, probably one day next week. But right now, the Nimrod's finished, complete. And this is the first of my entry of the group build. It's all done. And I'm going to hang it up the wall yonder with the rest of them up here. They start to look like my old house now. Airplanes all over the place. I mean, I'll tell you guys, I've overdid the limit. I've overdone it. But I don't care. I like my airplanes. It looks more than it. It reminds me more and more of my old house. And get it hung up. Start turning to on the paint job on the Emily flying boat. And so I'm going to start working on my C-54 Skymaster for my group build on my Verland airlift. So stay posted with that. I'll probably have some pictures that come out, videos that come out for you next week too as well. So we got a lot of stuff coming your way. You got the paint job and the F4B coming. And I got the Helldiver coming up here. And I got the Albatross. That's ready to be masked all the windows and that thing, and it's ready to be painted. So that's ready to go. So I got a lot of stuff coming your way, fellas. Okay, so stay posted for a gift for Freddie. The monogram SB2C Helldiver. Okay, make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Beware your surroundings. Spend wisely. Stay focused. Beware your surroundings. Please wear your mask. This stuff it's going away. It's going away. No virus burns itself out, but this virus is starting to slow down. A lot of people getting vaccinated. People don't think people get used to it. So eventually be herd immunity, they call it. And the mask will come off, but don't gamble with this stuff, fellas. I'm telling you, don't gamble with it. That's life and death right there, you know. So wear a mask when you go out there. And keep your hands nice and clean and wash them. And to take care of the little ones, make sure they're taken care of. And your bills, your priorities, everything taken care of first. Then, well, get kit crazy. Buy yourself a few kits, throw out the glue. Go out and get yourself a couple of beers or whatever you drink, whatever you got that ails you. And build a model. Enjoy and get those postings out there. Get some videos going there, fellas. Okay. I'd like to thank you, all my new subscribers, all you wonderful people out there for your wonderful candor and your wonderful comments. I'm very, very honored each one of you. And I love you guys very much. You guys take care of yourself, fellas. God bless you all. And remember, stay posted for the next video. I got that shaken to you right now. This is Frankie Day of Frankie Day Models. And we'll catch you on the next video. Bye, boys. Take care, fellas.